I camped somewhere in there last time. It's this big brushy area on top of this ridge. Here's the junction to Butt Mountain, and the comment section in Far Out is exactly as mature as you would expect it to be. I did try to look up the history of the name of Butt Mountain, and I found a dubious source that says it was named after a guy named Horace Butts, who was a miner in the Plumas County. Maybe. I made it to the halfway point. So I'm at the halfway point between Mexico and Canada on the PCT. Even though I am not trying to get to Canada, definitely not gonna do that. But it is very cool to be at the halfway point. This is a big milestone, and we actually get a milestone. I'm just sitting here enjoying the sunrise, reading the trail log for the halfway point, and eating my oatmeal with the golden raisins, which are so good right now. Okay, now it's a few miles later and I'm at mile marker 1327.5, which is the actual halfway point of the trail. The stone was a few miles south of where it should be, just because the trail gets a tiny bit rerouted every year. It feels kind of crazy to be officially halfway through the entire PCT. It's just such a big trail, and I started so small. Feels really good. And today is August 26th, so it took me exactly 4 months to get here, which is how long it took me to do the entire trail last time. But that's all right. Well, the squirrels here had a banquet. Absolute feast. How many eaten pine cones do I see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and more. That green ground cover just starts right here. Uh-oh. He's carrying a water bucket, which means he must be taking it to a fire nearby. It's very possible that with all the lightning yesterday, and it's been so hot and so dry, that one of the lightning strikes could have started a fire. So the rest of my night yesterday, when I stopped about 3 miles early because of the lightning storm, when I went to sleep, it was still thundering and lightninging and raining. And it went on for a little bit, I think, and then by the morning it was just totally dry, and my spot ended up being great. None of the trees around me fell. There was some wind, and I thought my tent might come out of the very poorly staked places that I'd, tried to move away some of that top duff and decomposing trees. But anyways, my tent didn't fall down, so I'm happy. Oh, and today's town day. I'm coming into Chester a couple hours later than I had originally planned because of the storm, but that's okay. I'm hoping I can still get all of my chores done because tomorrow I do have to get to a very particular campsite in order to get around an upcoming camping ban. Oh, and I forgot to say that last night as I was in my tent, a new noble hiker that I had met earlier came past in the dark and said that they had seen a fire started like maybe 10 miles back or so, and they could see the flames. They also said with all of the rain that it was diminishing. Here's a screenshot from Watch Duty, which is an app that shows you where the current fires are. And here's roughly where the PCT goes. And very close to it, there were a couple fires last night. I think they were really quickly put out both by the rain and then potentially maybe by firefighters putting out as well. But you do have to be careful on trail and keep an eye out. I was ready to pack up and get out of there really quick if I smelled any smoke near me. This part of the trail is owned by a logging company. The thunderclouds are starting up again this morning. There's the mountains where I just came from. Some thunderclouds starting again. I don't think that's smoke. It looks too white to be smoke. I think it's just some wispy cloud. I'm walking down to find a good hitch spot so that they have time to see me, decide they want to take me into town, and then still have somewhere to pull over safely. I would say Western Europe, and then this is Chester. I've been here for a little while. My power bank broke entirely yesterday, and I thought I had a full 10,000 power bank, and then I had nothing, so my phone got down to 10%, and then I got into the town, and the whole town has no power because of the storms, except for the Starbucks inside the grocery store, so that's where I've been for hours. The people in this town are so nice. There's this huge power outage because of the lightning storm that I was in last night, which was super intense and downed some trees. And so I was trying to figure out where to go to charge my stuff that had a generator because most places didn't have power. And I was at the post office picking up my package. I needed new sunscreen. And one of the locals invited me back to charge my stuff, and then ended up inviting me to stay the night, which was so kind, and she has the cutest dogs. And that is super appreciated because the cheapest place in Chester to stay inside is like $180 or more. Super expensive, and so I was planning to camp in the park, but it's also probably going to thunderstorm again, so I wasn't exactly looking forward to that. It was gonna be fine, of course, but this is way better.